Dear brothers, the Islamic daily routine I am about to share with you is truly life-changing. Imagine starting your day not just by ticking off tasks, but by filling each hour with real, tangible blessings, removing mental fog and getting more out of your day with the same time and more barakah from Allah. This morning routine has the potential to transform your mind and body, inshallah, and make you more aware of Allah's presence throughout your day and in every moment. It's about more than just being a productivity machine. It's about operating at peak performance in your mental, emotional, and spiritual life. But I must warn you, this routine only works if you have the bravery and courage to commit to it and be fully present while you follow it. Do not skip. Do not be weak. Number 1. Perform your morning prayers. The only way to get ahead of everyone else is to start your day the right way, and that means waking up early for Fajr. It is the first victory of the day. Have a firm and resolute intention to wake up every day for Fajr. Not to mention, it is a major sin to sleep through Fajr. Rather than that, build your sense of purpose. Wake up early, face the day, and bring yourself closer to Allah. Don't be like those who are afraid to wake up early, attached to their warm, comfortable beds. Many of them are even weightlifters and athletes who lift heavy weights, yet in the morning they are too weak to lift a blanket off themselves. This is the wrong mentality. You should get comfortable with being uncomfortable, roughen and toughen yourselves, as said. Now, let's not forget about the night prayer. Though not obligatory, praying tahajjud bears significant weight in Islam. This is the time when you seek closeness to Allah during the last third of the night, a moment when the world is silent and your heart can speak more clearly. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, encouraged this practice, as mentioned in the hadith. The best prayer after the obligatory prayers is the night prayer. Muslim. Subhanallah, think of the last third of the night as the time when Allah opens His palace for you. Allah Azza wa Jal directly said that anyone who prays during this hour will have his dua received directly by Allah, and it will be answered. Imagine if one of the Muslim rulers opened his palace to you in the early morning and said, "Come by any time after 2 a.m. before Fajr, and I will give you anything that you want from my kingdom." Wouldn't you go? You'd be crazy not to. But Allah opens His palace for you every morning and you don't wake up early to go. Subhanallah. Think about what this means, brothers. Wake up early for Fajr. Don't miss out on all that you could receive and on all the blessings that are waiting for you from Allah Azza wa Jal. Number 2. Fasting. Now, in this sense, we do not mean the religious fasting that comes with Islam. We mean delaying your eating. Have you ever realized that when you have a full belly, you end up being lazy and tired? The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "The worst container any man can fill is his stomach." Now, occasionally, on feast days, the Prophet, peace be upon him, would fill his stomach. But this was an occasion and very rare. The majority of the time, at most, the Prophet, peace be upon him, would have 2 meals, and one of them was only a small meal of dates and water. You need to learn to use your hunger and leverage it to your advantage. This will teach you how to be disciplined, it will teach you to be self-controlled, and it will help you to forge your mindset and force you to achieve your goals. Now, do not misunderstand. Different people have different priorities. For instance, if your goal is to gain weight and muscle and you're a competitive athlete, then of course fasting in the morning may not be optimal for you. But if you want mental clarity, if you want to forge a strong and resilient mind, and if you're a normal person and not a competitive muscle-building athlete, then I would advise you to fast until you deserve to eat. Let me say that again. Fast until you deserve to eat. Earn that meal. Instead of having a full meal as soon as you wake up, just drink 2 to 4 glasses of water and use that hunger to work on specific tasks and goals. Some people will have a glass of tea and even a glass of coffee, or both. At least have some important work done before you eat. For example, you can complete a deep work session, focus on your studies, and even exercise, all in the morning before you eat. Why? Because eating makes you slow, it makes you sluggish, it makes your mind foggy, while hunger keeps you sharp, it keeps you ambitious. The majority of high achievers would rather be hungry, alert and attentive than fed, satiated and potentially sluggish. Number 3. Read or listen to the Quran. Starting off your day with the words of the Quran is like starting a trip with the most beautiful scenic route to reach your destination. Whether it's a single verse or an entire chapter, each word of the Quran holds deep and powerful meanings for your soul. When it comes to interacting with the Quran, many Muslims think they need to be fluent in Arabic or become a scholar to apply the teachings in the Quran. This is wrong. You do not have to be a scholar or recite long chapters. Even reading or listening to a few verses in the quiet of the morning can deeply enhance your understanding and Iman. In addition to this, seeking understanding from the tafsir is a valuable way to truly understand the Quran the way that the Sahaba understood it. The Quran is not like the Bible. We, as Muslims, cannot go and make our own interpretations. Rather, these have very specific meanings that have been understood by the Sahaba and handed down over generations, and it is up to us to find out and understand what they mean. Look into tafsir and understand your Quran to get the most benefit out of it, and do not follow the way of misguidance by trying to make up your own meanings and understandings. Number 4. Seek knowledge. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "Seeking knowledge is an obligation upon every Muslim." Ibn Majah. This is not just knowledge of the dunya. The Prophet, peace be upon him, is most widely believed and understood by the people of knowledge to have meant religious knowledge. All of the Islamic sciences are interconnected and beautifully interlinked with one another. Study any one of them, but first and primarily begin with Aqidah and Fiqh, because these are the pillars of Islam, and without these you will be lost. Remember, it's important to learn things that are good and helpful, and this also includes knowledge of the dunya. You should not only lose yourself in books, but rather bring yourself closer to the people around you, become a better person, become more capable, and also bring yourself closer to Allah. Planting these seeds of knowledge in your mind is like planting beautiful flowers and fruitful trees in your garden. If you want to surround yourself with Muslims who seek knowledge and self-improvement like you can join our Patreon and Discord server with over 2,000 members and growing each day. Link in the description. Number 5. Physical exercise. Did you know that the Prophet Muhammad said, "The strong believer is more beloved to Allah than the weak believer"? He encouraged us to be strong and active, to wrestle, to ride horses, to know how to fight, to use archery, to run and to swim. He showed us that being physically fit helps us in so many ways. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean you have to enter a competition, lift heavy weights, or run a marathon. It's about doing simple things that can make a difference, especially when you're starting out. Think of your body as a vehicle, like a car that you drive every day. For the car to run smoothly and take you places, you need to take good care of it, right? Well, the same goes for your body. Taking care of it and keeping your blood flowing is not just good for you, it's part of what Islam teaches us. Know this, taking care of your body is not just about looking good or being fit. It's about being capable. It's about being ready to protect yourself, your wife, your kids, and your family. If an emergency comes, are you ready to answer the call? It's about respecting the amanah that Allah has given you. Whether it's stretching, walking, calisthenics, weightlifting, high-intensity interval training, or any other exercise, find what you enjoy and make it a part of your morning routine. Then, add on to it little by little, increasing your fitness and decreasing your laziness and weakness. Number 6. Eat a nutritious meal. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, taught us to eat in moderation and to choose foods that are good for us and halal. You'll need to fuel your body and mind with a nutritious meal once you break your fast. In the previous step, we compared the human body to a vehicle, where physical exercise is a way to take care of your body, just as a vehicle needs maintenance to run smoothly. Now, with this example in mind, let's talk about the first meal of the day, which is like the fuel you put in the car. If the fuel is good, the car runs smoothly, does it not? In the same way, our body and mind are directly linked. Eat something high in protein with healthy fats and carbohydrates, and you will experience high energy levels and improved focus. This kind of meal is balanced, providing your body with everything it needs. Choose foods that are nourishing and wholesome. It's not just about respecting your body and giving it the best start. You also follow the Sunnah, which will nourish your mind and spirit, inshallah. So, tomorrow morning, think about what you're eating and make a choice that benefits both your body and your mind. Self-reflection. If you want this message to reach more Muslim men, like this video and subscribe to the channel.